tranh thủ đọc ngoài sách một tí.
Thank you everyone for joining Ewit's Be Racing today. Today we're going to be doing lesson 4 richness and wisdom at B12 and the font size letter 30. Everyone.
Yes,
repeat
already.
after me. I'm on track. I'm ready.
I'm on track.
I'm on track. I'm ready. Let's
Yes,
go.
I'm on track. I'm ready. Let's go.
Yeah.
Lesson 4 richness and wisdom.
Lesson for richness in wisdom. This life is truly
This life is truly happy when we
This
know
life is
about
truly happen when we know
learn
about
about
wisdom.
4
We
times
learn
of
about 4
wisdom,
types of
the
people:
person,
the wisdom
the
person, the
sagacious
sagacious person, the
person,
prudent
the
person,
person,
and the erudite person. Observation
observation
shows
shows
that
that
people
people
highly value
highly
those with wisdom.
So what
So what is wisdom? Richness.
wisdom
Observation shows that people highly value those with wisdom. So what is wisdom? Richness. But wisdom concept often feel vague in our minds. Generally, everyone says they must study to attain wisdom. True and fail. Wisdom now. What will our life be like, and what exactly is wisdom? If we unveil wisdom now, what will our life be like, and what exactly wisdom? Regarding religion in Buddhist and the Tantric, wisdom is used. In science, the term human intelligence is used. Intelligence people possess wisdom refer truth from knowledge. Erudite person is someone who understands many aspects more profoundly than others, but they may not necessarily possess wisdom. However, a person who possesses wisdom has an opportunity to become erudite. Wisdom is also the foundation of sagaciousness and the foundation of prudence. Therefore, when we become a person with wisdom, we have the conditions to become anyone we desire. Let us understand the concept of wisdom, what defines a person's wisdom, and how one cultivates wisdom richness. Information source of wisdom. Current society overvalues the word's wisdom, misunderstanding that wisdom comes from academic background or knowledge. We will analyze this concept effectively and gradually light the lamp of wisdom within ourselves. Current society
Wisdom is simply understood the concept of
Everyone is that of inner perception regarding people, object, event, phenomena, and circumstances, discerning right or wrong, good or bad, true or false, whether something should or should not be done. Level 2 is the set of inner perception that the source of life originates from oneself. Level 3 is the set of inner emptiness. Level 4 is the naturally knowing set of inner self. Level 5 is the all-encompassing set of inner self. Should not assume that the higher level is inherently better. What is valuable is using the inner perception appropriated to the circumstances. Level 1 of perception is with this level of perception. Today we only see our children as wrong, our wife is incorrect. This action was wrong, or that person as bad or unfriendly. Someone consistently use level 1 wisdom, the journey of suffering will be prolonged, and especially those who adhere to the scientific perspective as keeping the level to work in matter is excellent. But if this level perception is maintained toward people failing to separate the work from the person and act properly, suffering with people will continue. Level 2 of perception. Level 2 is the set of inner perception that the source of life originates them of oneself. The meaning is that we feel that every problem arising in our lives originates from within ourselves. However, we we neither resent ourselves or blame ourselves or others. If we thoroughly grasp the formula for the source of life originating and use that knowledge to share with many people to help them understand, our perception is simply raised to make
the source of life or using the knowledge of
and trace the knowledge of the formula for the source of life originated for us raise our perception to level 2 while moving closer to level 3. Level 3 of perception. Level 3 is the set of inner emptiness when we receive a message. For example, when we face a person, an object, a circumstance, a phenomenon, or anything else, we hardly see the message transmitted from the outside. Immediately we receive it when with the sincerity within ourselves, feeling and seeing without being attached to the nature and feeling. For a moment, we initiate the state of inner emptiness, thus with accumulated blessing and merit we have this moment. But if someone has not yet opened this state of inner perception, it is acceptable. They can open it gradually later. However, only from the moment the state of inner perception is open, we truly begin to step into the world of the inner self. If it hasn't been opened yet, we are merely gradually approaching it. Level 4 of perception. Level 4 is the naturally knowing state of the inner self, the state of frequently around the world with someone famous people who suddenly know something leading to creative invention, or breathtaking, new ideas that benefit society. Level 4 wisdom, also known as wisdom without bullshitty, is a wisdom that is not taught teacher. True concept bullshitty wisdom with a teacher means our wisdom and understanding been taught by a teacher. Bullshitty means our understanding is not taught by a person. We develop it from the specialization of our accumulated total karma. Moments when our state of inner perception involves naturally knowing, including naturally knowing what to say and naturally knowing what to do is appropriate for the current circumstances. Level 5 of perception. Level 5 is the all-encompassing state of the inner self. The all-encompassing state of the inner self is open. Field is unveiled. Some people sitting in one place can see everywhere in the world. Missing a person who can encompass a person's past and future, knowing what the past was like and contemplating. People can observe the growth and death of every species, knowing when a species will cease the very source. Furthermore, some people sitting in a one place can see everything everywhere. These stages of perception are called level 4 perception. However, we should not crave opening this from normal high stages indicated that opening up or level 3 surface perception brings to level 5 means life will no longer be normal. Express with someone's state of inner perception transcend the problem that arises if the manager level 5 or level 4 wisdom but level 5 that does not represent the wisdom case can only say level 3 wisdom level 5 with the one wisdom is true sense of inner perception can distinguish right from wrong, from false truth, from vision, infer from that discerning object event phenomena, significant even benevolent circumstances. Wisdom is someone who state of inner perception holds at the source of our origin. Someone who fully understands and perceives that truth and events originate from themselves, stemming from their own mental states and not from the object itself. Only the true wisdom will thus change but really perceive the need of within the inner self. Only enough for being changed of others is the beginning of suffering. Changing oneself is the beginning of happiness. Wisdom is someone's state of inner perception views people, events, phenomena, and circumstances and inherently without problems. They are someone who always lives in the present, reality and lives
and live
constantly
constantly
with
with
sincerity themselves. They are people who always know they are hearing, knows they are saying, and know they are knowing. Enter into the state of inner state of joy and inner tranquility. A person with wisdom is someone who is center of inner perception, naturally what to say and naturally knowing what to do, what is appropriate under the current circumstances. Someone who can connect with knowledge and understand that sense with the past now in the past. There's someone who is able to frequency can manage civilization. A person with level 5 wisdom is someone whose state of inner perception is unwavering and highly by space and time. There's someone who has opened the physical eyes of the physical eye, tongue eye, hearing eye, dharma eye, Buddha eye, which is sorcery and personal wisdom carries a tremendous energy sources, energy of peace and joy, the energy of ignorance and acceptance, and the energy of appreciation and gratitude. No one always carries the three energy sources within us. A person possesses the energy of wisdom, a person who has the source within them, will generally illuminate everywhere he goes. Circulate knowledge with energy sources constantly. We say that person consistently amplify appreciation and gratitude and the layer of seven acceptance and the layer of nature and peace and joy, the layer of mind. It is also defined as a person with rich mental state, a person with a rich mental state, someone who carries the energy of wisdom, peace, joy. The first is the energy source of peace and joy. We have had the opportunity to learn about state of inner emptiness, zero entanglement, peace and joy, and perceive sincerity within ourselves. State of peace within us will be initiated
initiated and the state of control will be attained.
Peace information exists, the energy of Bangkok will be initiated. Material manifestation, peace and joy of within self, letting disrupting, ceasing, reaching out. Peace and joy is the state of inner perception, emanating from the sincerity within oneself, rising, hearing, seeing, saying, knowing, and the nature and stability of the person. Peace and joy is the state of inner perception, emotion, desire and illusion regarding wealth of
State of inner perception, illusion,
sleep, our regular stop,
knowledge,
cut off.
appearing
Joy is the state of knowing oneself is hearing, knowing oneself is
joy,
seeing,
the state of inner perception,
oneself is saying,
knowing
knowing oneself is knowing. So the sense of enjoy. For example, if we are angry with our children, we practice and desire and illusion regarding them, you immediately let desire and illusion regarding the latter, you instantly peacefully cut off inside without any burden, so that one exhibits the energy of peace and joy, but some days later, our desire and illusion regarding the child become annoyed with them again. The initiating energy source of peace and joy maintain the most sustainable source of peace and joy. Information of peace and joy stemmed from the sincerity within ourselves, originated from hearing, seeing, saying, and knowing without judgment. The nature and feeling instantly manifest from divinity of joy. For example, if someone tells us something at that moment, we know we are listening and peace and joy. If we see an incident, we know we are just seeing and we see it in peace and joy. When a person has peace and joy inside, seeing inside, create by the nature of life. If desire and illusion are oriented to distribute, raises the energy vibration. When we magnetic vibration state is balanced, it emits a super high energy source. Conversely, if desire and illusion negative direction, it lowers the frequency. Therefore, we are always full of energy. When peace and joy in the inner self, the energy is always super high. Since we are originated from this on the principle that we are energy generator, if it is broken, it is due to our desire and illusion. Whoever uses a product is a computer that crashes or late, what we do when we start beginning return to the power, no matter disorder, have as older people enjoy the intrinsic energy that the appreciation and gratitude the person who initiated the food, in the tolerance and acceptance to responsibility in the peace and joy person who initiated the awareness of wisdom in the circulating through daily and through the wisdom his appreciation and gratitude want to learn and acknowledge people with tolerance and acceptance in wisdom to never understand many things in life and the energy source of peace and joy has been initiated connection coming to us deeper and better and over surprise the person initiation energy leads to outcome tolerance and the second energy and tolerance and acceptance into the units good affection tolerance and acceptance is respecting and understanding the differences of others wisdom is a religious belief praising nature action allowing others to do not approve of within certain limits to guide the voluntary toward goodness according to the human spiritual reference and acceptance is the sense of inner perception of non-attachment to anything happening in the mind due to external circumstances. Tolerance and acceptance is a state of perception bliss desire and illusion are stopped. Tolerance and acceptance is the state of inner perception bliss desire and illusion are stopped. Who have studied the principles of person and understand total knowledge of total karma with understanding meaning and understanding which has the love cause and effect should have ended there. And in fact they have ended there. Tolerance acceptance undesirable without continue to be accumulated hearing, seeing, saying and knowing in negative direction. Carrying magnetic charge into unsubconscious in the results tend to be undesirable conversely if an undesirable event occurs stop the desire and illusion and show tolerance and acceptance toward the person deceived no longer show in a negative direction. Cause and effect what there must show tolerance and acceptance toward others because the result and today agitated by total knowledge. If the total knowledge exists, we need to notice that the result that each person didn't bring someone else. If someone thinks it's not one else brings and you believe that we allow ourselves sometimes when total karma to the Mimosa the banana for ourselves the tone. Do you understand this point? Understanding this, obviously people the problematic ourselves been separated person and show tolerance and acceptance toward the person chooses that our lives because when we are able to show tolerance and acceptance toward the person who has ended in celebration in fact occur to us appreciation and gratitude. We can practice appreciation and gratitude we need to understand the conception of knowledge and thankfulness. Or we can practice appreciation and gratitude we need to understand the concept of knowledge and what is appreciating thankfulness acknowledging to open the door to mastery life. Someone possesses the set of knowledge and thankfulness to gradually acquire the easy to appreciation and gratitude. Acknowledging means focusing on the efforts of the life with positive desire for when we use the tongue acknowledging loneliness with recalling the good and positive detail, observing the good things about acknowledging oneself means acknowledging one's own context, choosing the context as a foundation of recalling without telling a story about one person, but acknowledging and being thankful for acknowledging oneself was to appreciate the sound. Those who know how to acknowledge and context, acknowledge and thankful for what they learned in the past will tell us in the future, demonstrate the context for us to come to become if we intentionally
is an
acknowledge that
unintentional
context, acknowledge the child, the parent, and
true
silent person and listen eyes one children are viewed and if parents know to speech of children will be very happy. Parents to have a grandfather and mother who knows only context and create the parent now immediately from very standard to always knowledge and being thankful for what parents explain the very special sign of law. Person need to talk among us and perception sense we have to do even more wonderful because by using the energy of innate child and there are three key points. So first, knowledge oneself. Second, distribution out of people bring to us this context of life in general that we are today. Distribution life is like a river beautiful everywhere, meaning how to acknowledge and thank so then wherever we go, positive the energy source of knowledge and thankfulness and appreciation and gratitude. The energy source of appreciation and gratitude always exists within us. The energy source of appreciation and gratitude is present. Resentment does not exist. There is a resentment, appreciation, and gratitude has disappeared. Resentment is the light of darkness. When resentment and darkness cease and light vanishes. Taking for granted is appreciation and gratitude is love and resentment gratitude. Example is obvious that French parent and the parents of child. So the mother must take care of obvious that she is my wife. She must take care of my this way. Indeed, obvious that he is husband. So he must be like that you are an equal prime. So you must pay my salary. That is why someone who is paid for 2 years in the 31st year when the company faces difficulties to ask to defer salary for man, women, and members like so the company. This young man who strengthened at the better and every day for 3 years straight. He is a beggar and pays him only one pint. The beggar asked only one pint today. Fine, but Mary last month and need to have a bit of will only give you one pint from now. The beggar said the young man refused and said, the writer took me one pint regarding our love today. In the sense of examine opportunity is about to ask ourselves how many people participate in our systems today. It is immense, not to mention our development vast. Appreciation and gratitude is the state of state, emotion, movement, or natural phenomenon of internal state of speaking first does not exist. It is said that when we to the reason for the reason the usefulness that's when we acknowledge the reason of the reason the usefulness of something internal emotion state of being touch moving the state of emotional feeling. It is something we know does deserve to have example that was knows the illusion reality of appearance of vibration resemble somewhat falling to useful situation and that moment can no longer solution for us. Somebody said they'll can borrow some everyone possible. The moment we shut down and all the time illusion about people suddenly someone appear. The person was not within our desire illusion is someone who help. Yet they are for instance in our time of anger. The moment we are deeply moved past the emotion state of people. In this life happened because of that moment of feeling moved up. It has taken for granted. How much the general inner control our own mental state of and appreciation and gratitude for our spouse, children, and by us, or if the practice appreciation and gratitude was the only Poorly
Then
managed households are
accountability
deteriorate
for their
or
resilience syndrome.
analyze the
Examples become
psychology
even
and state of
more
people.
innovative
If the desired
people who
conclusion
meet
grows, our
for
action must be
cultivating
given
people the following
realize
in the
the
realm
only move at all
only to
for
the
cultivating
administration,
moral
declare what wisdom are
Peaceful
not
transformation,
aware.
however, is
I
common
they collab in the East and the company employs leaders. They blame
Afghanistan.
Ashram.
The company employees
Meaning the
leaders
brand
because
has a
it is
customer
developed how to
behavior
manage the
through the
meaning the
similar
the
digital
customer
customer
behavior
idea.
always
Only
remove
the
the
presents gratitude whether the
engagement
customer
gratitude
likes
toward
what
the
is
customer
done.
and
The
appreciation
elimination
and
was
gratitude where the customer buy the product or not is unanimous
Recent leads to
which
positive
we discussed. Lead to
to
possession,
internal manifestation of wisdom, the
material
wisdom is
manifestation of
simple.
wisdom.
Being a
Material
joyful, trusting
manifestation of
light,
wisdom is simple,
simplicity
joyful,
leads to
trusting light,
truthfulness,
simplicity
trustfully
leads
to
to
kindness,
joyfulness,
to the one
simplicity
joyful,
leads to
politeness,
lightness, the all one to trust in light. Very simple when it is joyful, light is trusting when it is light, it is simply trust the truth, they are light, a person light, a heavy, they are constant, especially those in people trusting a simple constitute a very balanced state. In most balanced term used today in life in simple, we should use the word simple. So word when saying about everything in life, if someone asks the first word, we say simple. Ask if you can do something, if someone guide us step by step, if you don't know anything because you are new, we see it as simple. Simple if someone talks about consulting and training on only the inner self, helping a person understand their inner self and life in the recent choice. Grow the inner self, consulting and training expert program and study and build inner self consultant, energize our within we can
guides for learning, we
create
can do
building
what
our
is
skills. Even done
when
but
without
be it
done
as
yet.
simple because
Yes,
with others do it the same with some culture from experts and express to fully understand it. In complex tasks you feel you are an expert. Simple tasks consistency you are just a professional. In frequent tasks with the dedication you are victorious. Thinking simply about complex tasks results in new laws. Thinking complexly simple such result in new field conclusion. Never trust it. Explore the concept of example, explanation certainly of wisdom, the energy certainly of wisdom, the material manifestation of wisdom express appreciation terms of that appreciation and gratitude, and appreciation and gratitude for the cause and condition within total knowledge give us the opportunity to access and receive this precious knowledge.
Ok. Rồi bây giờ 10 người đúng không? 10 người là đọc hết cả
23
10
phút,
đúng không?
27 phút.
Chị tắt cam đi, mình chụp hình lại hồi nãy.
Tắt cam mình chụp hình nha.
Hồi nãy mình có 7 người.
Em vào lúc phút thứ 19.
Em vào lúc phút thứ 5.
Derry là lúc thứ 5, còn nãy bạn nào thứ 9?
Dạ rồi, để Oanh sẽ chụp lại hình ha. Rồi.
Tổng cộng là 27 phút.
27 phút. Nãy anh Đào vào phút mấy anh Đào?
Em vào được 11 phút đó chị Thùy. 12:29 em vào được 11 phút đó chị.
Là em đọc được 11 phút. Còn nãy khách Thúy Hà hả?
Em vào phút thứ 12 á, em thấy lúc mới vào là 12. Các cô đang đọc
là coi như là 15 ha. Neri là được 22 phút à. Ok.
Dạ rồi. Đó, Oanh cứ chụp lên cho cả nhà nha.
Dạ.
Chị.
Chị đây. Chị đang nghiên cứu về thần số học à?
Rồi,
dạ, cô Oanh với cô Thảo Linh bài kế mình đọc là bài gì cô?
10 người.
Hồi nãy cả nhà có đọc kịp hết không ta?
20 phút ta. Cả nhà ơi.
Dạ, để em xem lại, Chưa tắt.
Ơi, cái đâu này là
27 phút.
27
thôi. 27 ạ.
Rồi 10 người 27 phút nha. Rồi anh ghi lại đó. Lau một ngày. Hôm nay là ngày
7 người ha, 7 người 27 còn 3 người kia em có nốt lại rồi.
Rồi, đó, 27 phút trưa ngày 15
27. Em được 8 phút à? Em được 8 phút.
Bạn nào thế? Bạn nào?
Trang Nhung 8 phút.
Trang Nhung 8 phút.
Rồi, anh ghi tổng cộng nhé, còn cô Thùy ghi
Dạ,
lưu trú
em
nha.
lấy rồi.
Đó, ra 10 người và 27 phút trưa ngày 5. Dạ rồi. Còn bao nhiêu phút nữa nhỉ cả nhà? Còn có thể đọc được bao nhiêu phút nữa thì mình tính.
15 phút đi cô, 15.
15 hả? 15 thì đọc rao 3 đi. 3 đi, quay về 3 đi. Quay về 3 cho
quá cũng được cô ơi. Đọc quá cũng được, lần nào em cũng bị đọc là bài 3 ta.
Dạ, tổng nghiệp rồi cô. Tổng nghiệp rồi.
15 20 cũng được
đọc
cô.
được bài 3 là ngon lắm đấy nha. Kích hoạt nhiều
15 20 cũng
nha.
được.
Tam giác hiện thực là kích hoạt nghiệp thức là cô Hà. Cô Hà là ngon lắm đó.
Lúc nào em cũng bị vớt vát 13. Bài 15 phút 13.
Dạ rồi. Đó, thấy chưa? Cô mọi người nói là cô Hà có tổng nghiệp với tam giác hiện thực nè.
Dạ.
Rồi, em Phượng em ngủ ngon lành nhá.
Em đang nghe mọi người mà.
Rồi, ok thôi,
mình
đọc
có
bài
nhiều
3
thành
đi.
viên quá là cô. Dạ, thầy Nhoi giơ tay lên thầy Nhoi.
Dạ, đưa tay,
thầy
đọc bài 3 đi cho nó ngon. Đưa tay.
Dạ, cô Hà giơ tay giùm cô Hà.
Ồ, có anh Chuyên vô kìa.
Ai nữa?
Anh Chuyên.
Mr. Chuyên.
Hello, cô Trang Nhung.
Trời ơi, nhà mình ngon quá. Dạ rồi, bao nhiêu người? 11 người.
Chưa Tiffany chưa đi ngủ luôn.
Dạ,
Chị Tiffany ham vui.
dạ, ham vui. Không, nãy hào hứng quá nghe thầy giảng bài cái bây giờ
Tỉnh ngủ luôn.
Energy quá, không ngủ được luôn.
khỏi ngủ luôn.
Round 2. Topic 3. Rồi. Rồi, 11 người đã này. Dạ rồi. Con cứ ghi vào đây để nha.
Biết
Rồi,
ơn cả nhà đã trở lại với chương trình Ewit Speed Racing. Bữa nay mình sẽ đọc lesson 3 The Triangle Reality. Tốc độ là 12, cỡ chữ là 30. Cả nhà ơi,
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yes.
I'm on track, I'm ready. Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm on track,
I'm on track, I'm ready.
Let's go.
Let's
Go.
The triangle
The triangle of reality, the triangle of reality,
The triangle of
extremely
reality.
precious knowledge. Precious knowledge who can materialize the non-material,
the non-material,
magnetize anything,
energize
anything,
material like
something invisible to the human eye can become tangible, unbelievable to see the touch them. At the same time, the triangle of reality helps us now to see and transfer reality simply. A person who knows the triangle of reality no longer goes to school to receive reality. They have material, they receive information and energy. They have energy, they bring forth information and material. Now, what is the application it does of the triangle of reality? Torsion of the triangle of reality. Anyone among us, no matter where we live in this world, influence perspective of views, the moral perspective, religious belief perspective, scientific perspective, whichever perspective a person deems to promote heavily, the masses will conform accordingly to the white world regardless of the perspective that all greatly respect the energy, action, materials. It's true of the man-made law, meaning of human life, the law of cause and conditions, law of effect. This good cause met. condition, desirable outcome. So what is the cause here? How we do so? What is the intersection? We'll explore the meaning cause of human life according to the moral perspective of the knowledge of the triangle of reality. Can help us answer the questions according to the moral perspective, what creates the whole of our lives? Universal structure, information, energy, and material. Everything in this world has its own specific information, specific energy, specific material manifestation. Is contained within someone determines the source of energy. Or a triangle with three corners, information, energy, and material. Any entity in this world contains its own source of energy, its own internal information structure, and has its own material manifestation. For example, gold and lead have its material manifestation. Them and sense the difference. For sure, this energy, the energy contained is different from the energy contained in lead. Studying the profile that the internal information structure also different from the internal information structure. Similarly, for human, the material manifestation of a successful people is completely different from the material manifestation of a person. Proves that the energy contained within a successful person is completely different from the energy of a person. This is because they contain different information. Therefore, what information person contains inside the energy and will determine that manifestation. You can imagine this way. Information represents energy and energy represents material. Means this world has its own specific energy and specific material manifestation. What does it mean when we see a person manifesting something outwardly? See a person manifesting something outwardly, they contain a certain source of energy and a certain information inside for it to manifest in that way. For example, we observe an angry person who sees that their facial expression and external behavior are very different from those of a peaceful person. Rising angry person's energy manifestation is different from the peaceful person's energy manifestation, which proves that the internal information they contain is different. The material be transformed into one another. Either the external manifestation of material may be outcome, the internal information cause and is the source of energy. We know the cause manifested information, the external energy is the condition enough energy begins to condense as a material which is the outcome. We just want to change the outcome. Scientists have that material transformed into successfully transformed their with many years and a high cost, but changing the internal information structure. It changes the external material changes. People have transformed during to condense air underneath. Artificial diamonds essentially harder than natural diamonds. The achieve this with material to the same mindset regarding changing people, example, a healthy person and sick person. We agree that health and sickness are manifestation of the outcome. We proceed to change internal information and seek the person to the healthy person. So the sick person energy will change to the healthy person energy. The material manifestation will be that of a sick person. We can change the deep-seated information within ourselves. We can change our lives. Information is contained within us. If we observe that the information contained inside is the operating system and the software system, lies in the operating system with applications cannot be installed. What is the information contained within us? Sense pointed out to us what we know, what we believe, and what we understand. What is the information contained within us? It is simple. Everything is mentioned how about it, how we believe in it, and how we understand it is represented within us is what we know, what we believe, and what we understand. In other words, what we know, what we believe, and what we understand, we will determine our
Information
reality
within
and
us is what we know what we believe. In the other word, what we know what we
knowledge of what
believe
we
and what
believe,
we
understand, and know determines the reality of our marriage.
It is often found
Examining our marriage reality
somehow
from a moral
in
perspective,
in
simply understood as what we know about marriage, what we believe about marriage, only that marriage determines
our
our
marriage.
marriage reality. In the
If we
triangle of
examine
reality,
our
is the
marriage
present
reality from the normal perspective,
one has reality about
so
something.
as what we know about marriage,
Know
the
what we know about
and what we understand,
what we believe in
and
without
our
understanding.
the
Trying to
triangle of
study
reality
according to
the
the concept of the triangle of reality.
If we see
Just by
someone has a
interacting
reality about
and
something,
talking
we
to
usually
them, they let us know
know about
what
it,
they know about
they believe about it,
in a
and
certain
how
way,
they
how they
understand
believe in
it.
marriage in a certain way,
Study
how they understand marriage in a certain way. You can predict
process of
their
triangle
marriage
of
reality.
reality
If
by
someone currently has an
interrogating
understandable marriage reality,
know how
because we
no
know,
marriage
believe, and
is a
understand in
certain way, how they
unfavorable in
understand
them, is a
certain
source
way and
concept.
how they
Based on the
understand.
triangle of reality, we interpret every
Marriage
know
reality. So if someone
and what we
currently
understand in the language of the triangle of
understands,
reality is called the source
is it
concept.
because
The source concept we hold in our minds will determine our reality and shape it in that direction. This means that when something is mentioned, the source concept we hold about it will represent our reality concerning that thing. A concept must include all three corners: know, believe, understand, to be called a source concept. Source concept about enjoy. Example, what is a person's source concept about enjoy? In other words, what they know about this enjoy, how they believe in this enjoy, and how they understand this enjoy determines the reality of this enjoy. Anyone who contains many favorable source concepts within them will have a good reality. Based on a person's reality being traced back as love. A person who currently has an unfavorable reality means they are holding unfavorable source concept. A person who has a good reality moves in the desired direction, they are holding favorable source concept. Source concept about we change our reality about something is very simple. Whoever wants to change their financial reality, regardless of what we know about finance, what we believe about finance, and what we understand about finance. Of course, we change the source concept of finance and we change the reality of whoever wants to change their health reality is perspective. All you need to change what you know about health, what you believe about health, and what we understand about health. Our health reality we change. In other words, we change our source concept about health, so our health reality. Our life reality, by our source concept to change reality in a positive direction, we need to change the source concept
is a
to work
reality
our
in a
life direction.
positive direction. We need to
To
change the
master
source concept to work
the positive
favorable
concept,
direction.
we need to
So to
master
master
we
that
are.
particle
Scientific
concept and to
perspective with the
master
knowledge of
we
the
are.
of the water.
Scientific perspective with the
Religious
knowledge
belief
of
perspective
formula
with the knowledge of the structure of
religious
human
beliefs
beings.
of structure of
Knowledge of
human
triangle
being.
of reality.
One perspective with the knowledge of the triangle of reality. Các hiện thực
Some of reference.
self-reference,
Source concept of a source.
self-reference
Most of
concept
the
of a
foundational, basic, and
source.
primary
Most
source
of
concept is called the frame of
fundamental
reference.
basis primary
Source
source
concept of
concept
the
is
source
called the
is
frames of when the
called
source
the center frames
concept
of
of
reference.
reference is
The center frames of reference
unfavorable
will be able to
concept
favorable
is
source
called the
concept.
frames
There,
of
we
reference.
change the
And the
information
center
within us
frames of
toward a more
reference will
positive, more
be able to
heightened
develop favorable source concept.
cause within
From
us,
there, we
according
will
to the
change the
moral
information
perspective, is the
for the
source
more
concept
progressive and
within
more
us.
enlightened
Cause within
direction.
us, according to
Cause
the moral
within us, according
perspective,
to the moral
the
perspective,
favorable
which
source
is
concept within us. The
this
frames of
cause within us, according to the moral
frame,
perspective, is a
frames of
favorable
reference, we
source
have to
concept
just
within us.
explore our
The
potential
center
frames of
frames of
reference,
reference of reference
just interpret the
of
cause of
reference we
all
have just
matters.
explored. There are three
According to the formula of
major
water,
frames of reference
does
of the
anyone feel
earth
that up to work on this formula to press everything in life. Then, if you cannot interpret the formula for the whole life, use the sort of human being to explain everything. Explain even what we choose our friend according to the sort of human being. It is based on our total karma. We are born into the anyone who starts to explain or plan the things are relative, the perspective of religion, belief, and the sort of human beings. You have that total karma. Be born into the family, and being born into the family means you must suffer oppression or sorrow from your parents or relatives, even those that it aligns with your total karma. Merit and virtues were good to would have been born into a different family, but because your total karma is that to be born into the Zenith, we realize the truth immediately. That is a time of enlightenment of our human life. Immediately, we no longer blame family members because we have to our total capacity. After in fact, we change our state of awareness, we change our total karma. Because the triangle reality, belief in what we understand represents our reality. There's nothing more wondrous than changing what we know, what we believe, and what we understand to change the reality of our lives. To apply three frames of reference life, change a person's reality, change a person's reality, the source concept, the electromagnetism within the person, accumulating merits and virtues and change the mental needs of their life, as also changing their life. Advice you give, you must help them understand, create the root of their lives. Person's life, first priority of interpretation is according to the scientific perspective. But the very mental imageries you hold about that sees of the image within your mind is your current life. Second thing is that your expression frequency determines the material level you perceive about life. Set you hold in your mind that your life reality. Change mental images. You must accumulate the merits and virtue to change and the multi-next study to change the source concept in our minds will change. Transferring reality with a triangular reality interacts with someone who has a good reality about something inside. The person gives us their source concept about that, and they let us know how to believe and how to explain reality is that God is trying to transfer reality to others that know about it. How we understand it. In other words, we transfer the source concept to them, and they will have the same reality as us.
How we live in it and how we understand it for them in the other world. We stand for the circumstance to them and they will have the same reality as us.
Oh, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah!
15 phút 28
Ok, Oanh 14 phút nha. Oanh mất 1 phút cuối. Coi như là 15 phút nha mọi người. Chị của ấy là chị trừ 3 phút ha. Của Sương hả? Rồi. Cảm ơn cả nhà. Đúng 1 giờ nha. Cả nhà thấy không? Mình chuẩn chính xác là đúng 1 giờ. Rồi, 1 giờ là mình phải trả
mình đã hoàn thành bài 3.
Mình chỉ làm tới 1 giờ thôi. Dạ, để mình còn phải trả Zoom cho mọi người. Rồi, đồng chí Công Thượng Nho là đi rồi nè. Dạ rồi. Dạ rồi. Còn nếu mà có thành viên nào muốn đọc nữa có cái Zoom của chị Bao La thì mọi người vào đó cứ đọc